Hopefully, you're seeing our copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. All right, we got the milkman in the house. What up, Jeff? Welcome in. Yeah, we're getting a stream started. What is it? 2:30 here. We're about to hit 2:30 on the West Coast. And yeah, we got the day off. So let's go live. Let's see what's going on out there with everyone. Hopefully you're getting notified of this live stream. And again, yeah, I've been wondering because I'm thinking I'm streaming on multiple platforms. I know I should be on Rumble. I do get feedback from some people over there sometimes, a little bit. And all right, we got people flowing in now. They're sharing. The girl and Gus, what up? Give Gus a few pets for me. And there's Judy Wheeler. Welcome in. All right. And then we got Sharon sharing her time there. You know, here it's I said 2:30. 2:30/420. Yeah, we're gonna kick it off. How are we gonna kick it off? We're gonna do some news. So we got we've been covering last year, we were covering a lot of the speed chases because they're local here and it's a thing in Cali. We've talked about it. Some of you have joined and checked them out before. And we got the first one. We got the first one for 2026 and we missed it. Actually, I was just waking up, I think it was. And so I didn't have time. If I would have just came on here, it you would have thought it was a Bigfoot, the skinniest Bigfoot ever on live using a brown Bigfoot Dwarf stream, brown stream. Uh, and I was checking over on the pilled platform. It still says brown dwarf over there. I was trying to change it, but I can't figure it out, so it's all good. And yeah, people still call me brown dwarf. Hopefully everyone's having a great start to their week and new year. Yes, can't believe it. I still can't believe it. We made it. Yeah, another one. And yeah, so some news this morning there was a chase and right before the end of the year, it was New Year's Eve. There was a chase also, and we missed that one. I think that one we were at the shop. I don't know how it went down. I had the studio set up, ready to go, and it slipped through our hands. Quite a few of them have been slipping through our hands, and it's all good. I'm not like waiting for them, but they happen so often. And sometimes I'll get the alerts through the Citizens app, or sometimes one of the platforms, or someone in the family or someone in our family, like Midwest Night Watchers, will notify me. So that's always cool. And so I think we should get into it just to kick this stream off. with some action, and then we'll get into some other local news pertaining to wildlife, and of course we got some uh Bigfoot reports to read. Yeah, that's what we're here for. But yeah, we'll get into some stuff here. Let's check this chase out. Check this chase out right quick. And y'all kick back in the chat. Feel free to do your thing. And y'all usually behave in the chat. We usually don't have too many problems. What up, Poncho? And we'll see. We're letting things flow here. We'll see where the stream takes us. And we are flowing. Let's see. What were we gonna check out? Yes, the chase. So looks like I don't even have that lined up. But we could light it up. Let's see. Let's look it up. I've been saying let's see a lot. And I do. I have to kind of like I'm at a distance from the laptop, so I do have to kind of look a little closer at things, especially when I'm reading. I still can't believe I'm doing that. Yeah, who would ever thought I'd be reading live, especially Sasquatch reports out of all things. But hey, I'm enjoying it. I love doing it, and I'm doing what I love, and you should too. And I'm loving that you're here. So thank you for that as well. Let's try and pull that up. Let's see over here. Maybe I'll dip into my history right quick. I'll let y'all see what I've been checking out. And there's Smoking Scans version. Here it is. So heads up, this is a Fox. And it's are they even gonna show it? Let's fast forward a bit here. Yeah, no, I think they just titled this one "The Speed Chase." Of course, they hooked this with it was clickbait on behalf of Fox. They do that sometimes. So we'll do like this. Yeah, because I didn't get to check it out, and I'm always interested to see where it was, how it happened. And the last one, the New Year's Eve one, was right before uh or actually it was right through East LA. So it was right in our area, our side of town. And that's not it. Huh. Well, we could do the smoking scam version. Shout out smoking scan. And we won't do any audio. We'll just check out the chase right quick, see what happens, and we'll get into some other stuff we got lined up here. Daryl, what up? And thankfully, there's no feedback coming from the mic today. I was wondering, I was trying to, I had messed with it a little bit when that was happening, and it was able to fix at the moment, but then it started back up. But I didn't check my headphones. Maybe it was a thing with my headphones because sometimes I went back and checked the stream and I didn't really notice it. Maybe I wasn't maybe I missed the parts where it was sounding like that. But anyway, I think we're sounding pretty good right now, other than my groggy voice. But I'll try to get some I can't really read where the the letter is, so I can't tell where where we're at. Let's do this. All right, Cahuenga Boulevard. Yeah, so I know Cahuenga very well. I used to live on Cahuenga, actually, right off of The 101 freeway, which we talk about a whole lot, but this is in the Hollywood area. So if you're headed north or south, 101, you'll see a Cahuenga exit. A lot of people, and I think we most of us local here pronounce it Cahuenga, but I've heard people pronounce it Kahunga. But it's Cahuenga. I don't know what that means. Sounds almost like a native. Ooh, got a little close to that truck there. And San Fernando. So I'm trying to exactly pinpoint. I gotta see Cadet and then San Fernando. So this was out in the valley, the SFV. And it looks like a black Tesla. And what's up, Verax? Welcome on in, Lori. And this is cool because this gives everyone a moment to kind of, if you're getting notified of the stream, gives y'all a moment to come through, get your snacks, get ready for the reports we're going to get into later. We got a report on the Bigfoot Mapping Project and it's in California. So I get, extra excited for the Cali reports. And then Ben, if you're listening, which I doubt, I don't think you've been checking out the streams. Sometimes I'll put out my links if anyone wants to get a hold of me. And I think to myself sometimes I'm like, yeah, no one kind of reaches out, but that's not true. People have reached out. I said homeboy's name. So yeah, who knows? I haven't received directly a number, but this gentleman was able to get a hold of me and wants to plan a trip, a Bigfooting trip. So yeah, we got to figure that out. I'm not gonna dive head into that. Got to fill things out first, and so we've been in contact, and yeah, he seems solid. He's hiked Mount Shasta recently, a couple times. I think he's gone up, and so he's about it. And to do Shasta right now, you need particular gear. And we were talking about that recently with the incidences in Mount Baldy. See what's going on here. The feed is pausing. Damn it. Come on, smoking scan. There we go. Yeah, he's sharp with the live streams when there's chases and stuff going on. And he features some of the streams I like we've featured also like, oh, there's a little tap tap. I think there was a tap there. Oh, jeez. And he has to stop because there's traffic flowing. What's he doing now? Wondering why he's not. Oh, maybe he's there we go. Back to the little tap. Felt that. Yeah, so a couple people have reached out, and then I gotta again find my my email. The email's here. I've put it out, but I haven't received any emails. I haven't got any notifications really. So I haven't really, gone to check it, but I think I should because there's some other things on there that I need to keep an eye out for. And again, this was this morning, earlier, just a few hours ago, right around, I want to say maybe nine, maybe around 9ish. And look, he's right on top of they're not cones, but they're these they're like they serve the purpose as like cones, but they're like these and they usually have a reflector on them. He was completely on top of those, it looked like. Cop chilling there on the sideline. See that a whole lot. And I guess they probably just designate a certain amount, or depending what agency, if it's CHP or sheriffs or LAPD, then maybe they just back off or stay on the sideline until further notice. It looks like is the windshield busted? No. It's just a reflection, it looks like. And is that a Tesla? Let us know in the chat. Yeah, one of my boys, he's a IG or Instagrammer, always sending me stuff. And so I would think he would get notified of us being live on Instagram. And so it makes me question, just like we've been questioning the TikTok, we got that supposedly streaming. But if you go to my channel, you won't, I don't think you'll find the stream. So I don't know if those configuration links and stuff, what do they call it? The stream keys are flowing that stream to some other place on the platform. Who knows? But I think if you go to Rumble right now, I should be on there. Maybe someone will check. I think Blazer, if you're up in here, brother, I know you're good at that. And Kick is another one. And who knows? I wonder. It says we're streaming on there, but yeah, I haven't had any feedback. I don't know if we've gotten any followers there. We've grown anywhere. So, whoa, all right. So we're smack dab in the middle of Hollywood. That's Hollywood and Highland, folks. I know this. I know exactly where that's at. There's an old world building. It was just the chopper was just panning out, and we've gone recent. Well, it was last year sometime. We had gone to that building, and it's got some gnarly tech on the top of it. Some trippy griffins. Oh, not griffins. I think they might have had griffins, but no, they had gargoyles. I mean, that's what I meant. There's some gnarly gargoyles there, and bag and getting some stuff, getting the important stuff, and getting ready to bail out. Looks like you're behind a truck. They apparently need to make a right on Hollywood Boulevard, so they're still on. So they're on Highland. Very busy intersection there. That's where the Ripley's, believe it or not, is on one corner. You got the is it the Popeyes, right? No, it's the Ripley's, and then yeah, that old world building. I forget. We did a stream on it and did some of the history and some of the history. It was like a bank for a while, and now it's empty, but there's somebody living in there. It's pretty weird, but it's a huge building, super cool. It's a gothic, I think it's gothic revival style. And then you have the Kodak building right across, which I don't even know if it's the Kodak anymore. It's changed so many times. But they have, I think I want to say they have the Anunnaki figures there as well, just like we were talking about over at, looks like we're taking off again down Hollywood Boulevard. Oh my goodness, watch out. So we're going down Hollywood Boulevard now, folks. So you're getting a little tour of the stars. You can see the stars on the sidewalk there. And man, I used to walk that stuff daily after school, or sometimes even take the bus, depending. But walk that boulevard a whole lot, and a lot of the side streets as well. That's home besides the redwoods. And yeah, so I wanted to, what were we saying? I was getting into something interesting. Watch out, pedestrians. Oh yeah, I bet that dude hit the car. Jeez, did you see that? Something happened there. Whoa. It's getting gnarly. And again, if you'd like to check out these chases, check out Smoke and Scan, who's the king of this. And he's super 420 friendly. I mean, he gets lit on the live there. They do rounds. And he's got all the special effects and stuff too, which are awesome. Uh really, I mean, for some it might not be his vibe. You could just mute it maybe and just watch whatever's going on. But and then he shows other stuff going, and there's no chases. He usually shows other interesting interesting things happening. There's one, I think it's the sheriff station or police station out of I think I want to say Michigan. Where's little Somalia at? Well, they're uh law enforcement has a YouTube channel and they go live. And so sometimes we've streamed their live before. And there's been chases on there too. Not too many, but and look, 12 on the helipad there. Let's see what buildings are those. All right, yeah, that's back to those the same building. So it's back to where we were. So it looks like he jumped to another feed or the vehicle came back around. Yeah, because it made a right. It looks like it made a right this time. So it's going towards La Brea now. So he's gonna be pulling up Orange Street or yeah, Orange Street and Hollywood Boulevard. And then you have the what is it? The Roosevelt Hotel, which I think is another old world building there, and is a well-known haunted paranormal spot, they say. They say look, it's he's they're stopping at the light now. What is going on? Uh Marilyn Monroe. Who else? I believe haunts the Roosevelt there. And yeah, we've gone back and checked it out. And the Roosevelt, that's right up the street. So right behind there is Hollywood High School, which I attended and have many stories. And I'm sure we've heard of, stuff there. Of course, like in the pool area, supposedly there's some sort of possible ghost or something like that. But yeah, even Hollywood High was an old world building. There's some old pictures. It looks nothing like it does today. And the way it looked before, it had these massive pillars in the front and stuff. And there is pictures where, most of LA was just like it looked like just nothing here, but there were these particular buildings. They don't show you that, maybe in some of them, but yeah, I think these buildings were founded and were here a lot longer than they've been telling us. So, let's see, where are we headed? Headed to the west side now. Let me jump back in the chat here. We got Paradox Fossils. What up, Alan? Good to see you, brother. Haunted High for real. It was Hollywood High for real for me. I've talked about my some of my adventures. And who went? Yeah, there's I know off the top, Carol Burnett went there, and there was other famous people that attended Hollywood High, and I talked about Brandy going there the same years I did, and there was some other up and coming like musicians and stuff like that that I remember. Roger, there you are, buddy. We got Roger in the house. Bar and grill is open, baby. Yeah, so it looks like we're headed west, and we're not doing like super high rates of speed. It seems like. So it seems like who knows? Maybe they're trying to meet somebody, or because or else they'd be on the highway, if you ask me. And we're doing a reaction to this morning's police pursuit or pursuit. Yeah, I don't know exactly. Was it? I think it was the LAPD chasing him there. Looks like we made a right, so I could check. And it's been even since I've been back, and we've done some trips to Hollywood. It's been a while. It's been several months. Telling you, I go to the shop, I do my thing there, and I usually come back. You know, it's just I haven't had, and I want to go places. I want to go while I'm here, especially. So much to do out here, so many places to check out. And I'm glad to see a lot of people are going out urbexing and getting out there and getting video and showing us. I think that's important. And I know taking video stuff can go both ways. It could get you in trouble, or it could go the other way. And hey, Feliz Ano Novo, Patricia and Patricia. I've been checking out a lot of over on Instagram. So I'm back checking stuff out on Instagram, on Chiki Chalky, uh, Instagram. Um, e estou olhando muitos videos de Brasil. I told her I've been on Instagram checking out a lot of Instagram Brazil clips and super cool, getting me inspired. Almost like who knows, maybe we might be working up towards another trip out there. Been out there twice and would love to go back. But yeah, it's just gnarly with everything happening in Venezuela right now. It's and I seen some posts from Brazil. And then I heard the president mention about Colombia and everything. It's getting cray cray. And yeah, what is going on? They seem to show Maduro wearing a bunch of different clothing while he was getting sent over. He was in different outfits, like I want to say like 5, 6 different outfits, and throwing thumbs up and greeting, uh, saying good night and happy New Year. And so the show is on and popping for 2026. Just and then, oi, Patrícia, para você e tudo Brasil. Feliz Ano Novo. Yeah, and this chase, I did check. It didn't seem like I want to say it was like maybe 15 minutes or so. I'm not sure. Let's see. We're at 20, about a half hour into the stream here, but it's been quite a bit exciting. E Patrícia, o carro aqui está fugando. I think I said that right. Let's see. Alan there said he didn't do nothing. Yeah, and it's weird because yeah, as I probably said that I didn't want to get into some of this, and I won't too much, but yeah, the reasons why they said they went out there, and that's all over the place, and one of the reasons they said they went out there doesn't make sense either. They don't produce those things there. The country next door, a couple of countries next door do. But, you know, it's all it's starting off. Oh, here we go. Did we hit a sidewalk? What's going on here? We're hitting traffic and sidewalk. Watch out. Yeah, now they're hitting the side streets. So some of these side streets get super tight. Our street here, only one vehicle could go at a time. We're up in the cut here. So yeah, and we're on a hill. Some of these hills around here, not completely on a hill. We're like at the foothill of the small hill. The door foot of the hill. And but it's ghetto fabulous. You got the train going by here, projects on the other side of the train tracks. And if you go to the post, my post section, which I recommend, and I recommend you sharing your posts. I got to remind y'all. Um, Speaking of reminders, huh? I never got a name for our new buddy here. So I decided, unless someone else did, it's our butt ugly pet that was gifted to us. We blessed them and exercised them in case he had any parasites or anything. Camera back over here. It's me. Yeah, I know he's ugly, and it threw. We're both ugly, and it threw him. It threw the camera off. Sorry about that, camera. And we're getting another message in. Jump on. Yeah, he's sending me the new Flash of Beauty, and I seen that. New Flash of Beauty on YouTube, y'all. Anyone check that out yet? I got it on my play next. I'm going with Herman. This is our buddy Herman here. It's nicely baked. Exorcised them out of any demonic possession, parasites, any other maladies, anything. Because people have gotten into the dolls and pets, the Labubu, and I get it, And so when I got gifted that, I was like, hold up. Oh yeah, we got dogs barking too, train tracks. Sometimes might get a little firework action, some pew pewage. Oh yeah, we got the corn man. That's why they're going crazy. So around here, once again, remember we seen the churro. We finally got the churro man. Got him on video, and also, what up, Russell? We got the corn guy, and he walks around. We also get the raspado guy. I don't know if so I think the raspados switched gears. So they push a little cart and they honk their little horn and they ring the bells, which is a good thing for again, the demons, right? Y'all know about that, right? Y'all believe that the old world bells were to deter the demons. Yeah. Maybe a good idea to ring that bell in case there are any trolls trying to roll up or any yeah, I'm burning some Palo Santo here too, as well as some other things, some other special herbs. uh I've lost track of the trace of this chase. Look at that. They actually have solar panels. That's good. Yeah, so Herman for now. I think it kind of fits. I mean, it looks like a Herman. And then also, since we were talking about the post, and remind me, I'll keep trying to dive into the chat. You got to know, keeping that stash you wear. Oh, which one? Is it the hat? We did a little short video. I've always gotten requests like, "Hey, dude, what's up with what do you got in there? Is that hair?" And every so often, I will flash a dread man. I'll whip out the dreads, my cables, and some of you have seen them. Yeah, they're super long, 24 years, no cut man. So I was showing off these fruits. So Granny has over at Granny's, and much love to Granny. Granny might be watching. She watches sometimes. She lets me know that she squatches the like. Big up to Granny. Yes. So over at her place, yeah, Granny gets props. And Lori says, Patrick, he only reveals that at 420. Yeah, good one, Lori. Um, yeah, so over in the posts, I shared some of these fruits, and luckily we were able to get it because we got to beat the squirrels to them because the squirrels will get to them. They'll get to the guavas sometimes. So yeah, I forget. I'm like, oh yeah. So yeah, we've talked about Granny. She's right by, also by a hillside, not too far from here. Her neighbors got like goats and uh like a farm, and so they get wildlife. We were talking about the raccoons and all that. We're gonna get into wildlife here because yeah, what the heck is going on? All right, those are trash cans moving. Like what is that rumbling? I thought the rain was over. And I do want to get in the habit of checking the weather here too right before we go on. And y'all keep an eye on this chase. It looks like it's getting all over the place, smashing into cars there, people on little motorbikes going by. Might be going for a run. Anyone identify? Only a few of you participated in the posts. I only see like 4 thumbs up and like My ninja Jonathan responded, and he knew what it was. Also, Prince Arcane, salute to you, Prince. Knew what it was, and it's a tropical. Yeah, it's a tropical fruit. Super delicious. Very. Actually, I have an open one too, if in case no one's ever seen them from the inside. But yeah, it's got these weird, almost like dinosaur type scales on it, and it is not soursop, which I see soursop's getting quite popular. And again, that's I see they're making the soursop bitters and using that for yeah, like detoxing again from parasites, fungal stuff, I think too. So I gotta get me some of that because I love me some soursop, and I get the juice, soursop juice. But let's see if this shows up on camera. Yeah, it's kind of like these weird flakes, and then there's seeds. So keep an eye out if you do score one of these and eat them. There's small little pits in them, little black pits. And some people you can even make jewelry. I'm sure there's people that probably make some jewelry with stuff like that. But anyway, that's part of one. I had one for the break fast. And again, I can't like the flavors is just super, super sweet. And I'm sure it's healthy for you. And it's nope, it's not the dragon fruit. And that was Barbara. What a Barbara. I love your name because that's my older sister's name. I love her. And actually Barbara was the one who uh gave one to me. Yeah, so it's cool. Granny has a few things like these mandarins. She got mandarins. They got the chirimoya. So it's a chirimoya. I gave it up there. Game is over. But the chase is still on here. Jeez, as we get sirens going by. Yeah, chirimoya. It's what it's called. We actually have there's a chirimoya elementary in the Hollywood area. Now that we're talking about schools in that area. Let's see. If this really starts to stretch, then we'll cut it. If there's no action and we're just going because these chases could last a long time. I always mention it's like these people go and get gas sometimes right before they get started with chase. So anyway, first chase of 2026. We're a few hours late on it. It's all good. And let's see. Camera decided to deactivate. And it's all right. We're not moving too much here. So, if need be, we will activate it. And all right. What? All right. We're going to keep going. I thought we were going to get off here, maybe do something. And I have not seen any like pit maneuver attempts or anything like that. And we got a person there, seems to know what's up. I'm sure they could see the chopper, old ghetto bird floating around there. Let's switch our boom. Again, folks, we're gonna kick back here for a little bit. Watch this. We're gonna get into some news, and then we'll be reading off some Sasquatch reports. If you're in the chat, feel free to network. If you got some links to share, let us know. And I seen recently, I've been trying to share people's channels. Some, because I moderate on other people's channels. Recently, two channels I've tried sharing. So you go to their channel and then you're able to hit, I think it's the more at the top of the channel, and it shows more about the channel. And usually there's a link there that you could copy and paste, and it'll be the link to the channel. There's a couple channels I tried doing, and I noticed that that option wasn't there. So I don't know if it's something the that they did, the whoever's channel it is, that they did themselves to turn that option off, or if it's maybe YouTube again making changes and stuff. They're always doing things. And any word with the DMs yet? Anyone hear about the DMs that we're supposed to be getting back on YouTube again to be able to message each other like you can on oh, watch out. You got the construction crew there going in for a screen. Yeah, because that'd be super cool. Because it seemed like when they took that option away, it's like people have the YouTube and then the Instagram to be able to send each other messages and all that to chat. Always some, yeah, well, because there's hot boxing going on in the chat, and in case no one knows what hot boxing is, I'm sure you could look it up. So that means that the munchies kick in right away, and I'm actually pretty hungry myself. Uh, like I said, I just broke the fast not too long ago with the chirimoya. A good way to do it too, have a piece of fruit, healthy fruit, especially if it's straight out of your backyard and not some what up, Isaac? Bless up, brother. Happy New Year to you. Thank you for coming through and hanging out. We're checking out this chase here. And it doesn't look like they're on their butt. It looks like almost like just the choppers, like law enforcement's backed off. You would think that they'd be like on their tail right there, like right on them. And I've also seen this device used. Apparently, they don't have it, or maybe I don't know. They can't deploy it. But we seen a chase where they stuck this. I forgot what it was, but they stick something to the car, and it disabled it, and it attaches to the law enforcement vehicle. And so I don't know. I haven't gone with that option. I haven't seen any like attempts to stop the vehicle. Maybe they're aware. Maybe they're highly dangerous. So maybe they're not, staying at a distance. And nice, Roger had pizza. What kind of pizza, bro? And there he goes, smoking scan, taking a rip. So smoking scan smokes out of a volcano. I think he has a volcano, but it's I guess you could call it a vaporizer. So it doesn't complete it just like vaporizes the basically the crystals off the flowers. So you're not uh combusting all the rest of the stuff that's in the flowers. You're just getting you know, but I like it all. I like it all. It does have a different feel when you do it that way. There's a different taste. There's almost like a milkier taste. It's nice, but and maybe healthier as well. I don't know about healthier, but maybe it's just a little easier on the lungs as compared to other stuff, especially if you're smoking like blunts and stuff. I don't smoke blunts often. I used to a whole lot. But maybe too much traffic. And welcome, Minxie. I just opened my bag of sour cream and onion potato chip. Yay. Nice. Yeah, last night I had a little bag of muffins here and I got into them. Yeah, I didn't really fix dinner. I wasn't feeling it. Sometimes I'll do that. I just won't have dinner. I won't have I just go by, the body lets me know when I don't force myself to eat. If I feel hungry, then yeah, let's do it. So yeah, we'll be fixing something after this for sure. As let's see, I can't see any information of where we're at, so I can't tell you, but I could tell you we're in a nice area there. It looks like we've seen a pool. Looks pretty clean, some nice hedges. So this is a nice part of town, I could tell you. Our blunts, what in my day were called roaches. No, but the roach of a blunt looks like a huge water bug. Made chicken Alfredo. Yes. Wow. I'm not a big fan of Alfredo. I was mentioning mayonnaise the other day. Are you using fettuccine, Patrick? Yeah, there's certain white things. I love whipped cream though, especially if I whip it myself. I'm down with some whipped cream, but whoop it creamy in Portuguese. uh yeah, this is gonna be going on for a while, huh? Jeez. We'll let this run a little longer and then yeah, we'll get into these animal attacks that have been happening, folks. Y'all been paying attention. We touched on the bear attacks. I heard a bunch of them happening in Japan. There was two fatal ones here in the states last year now. So it just seemed like bears were attacking people, especially in Japan, and so it was making us wonder what was going on with that. And then there was a recent uh, fatal cat attack, which we're going to touch on. We're going to get into that. Since we've been talking about cat, we always talk about the cats here a whole lot. The wildlife, lions, tigers, bears, and squatches. Oh my. All right, there goes the feed. Let's hop off of here. But watch it get really good. Something tells me I've done that before where for some reason I feel like, all right, let's cut and then something crazy happens. It's like, oh man, you shouldn't have done that. Chicken Alfredo, huh? Patrick has plenty. Guess who's coming to dinner? Y'all know that song? Great reggae song. Naughty dreadlocks. All right, we're stopping here finally. Are we just catching our breath? Are we just adjusting the seat? What are we doing? Not giving up. That's for sure. Cats, bears, badgers. Geez, you get badgers out there, bro? That is wild. What's the other one? I've recently seen some Wolverine clips. Wolverines are gnarly. All right, looks like we're just taking a little time out and we're back at it. Hmm. And it looks like, dude, I want to say it could be pretty positive. It's the west side. Might be in Beverly Hills or something. Yeah, so the recent cat attack, Colorado, very, very sad situation. And I commented over on I seen Parliament of Owls. And actually he's on TikTok as well. So that's confirmed. He's on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and he's probably got other platforms. So definitely, and we always shot him out here because he's like the king of these mountains and capturing wildlife. And so we bring him up here a whole lot. Parliament of Owls, and salute to you, brother. Yeah, he captures all the wildlife we have here on camera, and he shares it on his different platforms. And he had commented because they went after the cats that I guess took this lady out. Um, and that's unfortunate as well. It's like a loss on all sides. And I get it also because, if you got these cats that are, got the taste for blood and are taking people out, then that's pretty dangerous. But they're in their. I mean, it seemed like they were in their environment. So we'll have a look at the area and have a listen of what happened. And looks like there's some information uh, pointing towards some previous activity in that particular area. And we touched on a recent, it almost became an attack, and it was two bikers here in Orange County, I think it was. And luckily, they had their bikes on them and used it as shields. But yeah, the cats were getting close, and I think it was one, but there were several in that area, young ones. They were thinking, and maybe they were curious. They thought the I guess the fishing game or whatever's out here, or maybe they were going in to do something else. So and so yeah, lots of and again, you would least expect like mountain lions, maybe at Griffith Park here locally. There's a good chance you could run into mountain lion there. Um, so yeah, here we're stuck in traffic. Let's boom, let's get the hell out of here. I'll find out later what the heck happened with that chase, and we'll give y'all an update. And thank you, Smoke and Scan, for letting us check that out. Uh, yeah, let's get into some news. So, Colorado, anyone hear about this? Let's pull this up. Here it is. This is CBS News Colorado. And lately we haven't had the audio echo issue, which is great. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the audio up on this one and just make sure we got that on there. Switch like that. Cool. Let's hit play and see, can we pop this bigger? Yes, we could.
Now that search does continue for another mountain lion after the first suspected deadly attack this century in our state. Now, we told you about that as breaking news last night. A woman found dead with a mountain lion over her on a trail in Larimer County. CPW has since killed 2 lions and is looking for a third.
So there was, so I guess when they pulled up, is what from what I heard and understanding is that there was a cat near her or on top of her, it sounded like, and there was 2 other cats around. So they took 2 cats out already, I believe. Run that back.
Larimer County. CPW has since killed 2 lions and is looking for a third, as Alan Janae reports and discovers there were early signs of trouble.
Mary Crone and her dog Sugar out for a walk on October 29th near her home in Glenhaven on a road leading to a trail. Up that road, she would look down at her dog. Right next to it was a mountain lion.
Came out of nowhere.
Silently.
Silently. Calmly. It didn't pounce, it didn't run, it didn't jump.
She was stunned at how big it looked, like many Colorado mountain lions, shiny and healthy.
It was just beautiful. And it just stood there. And then instantly it grabbed my dog by the neck.
And wouldn't let go.
I picked up rocks and sticks. I was screaming. I was making myself bigger. I was doing everything to get that animal to release my dog, and it just wouldn't.
Mary had to flee up the road. Her neighbor's security camera captured her without the dog and calling for help.
It kept hold of her neck until every last breath was gone.
Bummer. And scary. Yeah, and her voice, you can tell, she doesn't have a loud voice, but yeah, you got to just give it all you got if you're screaming or yelling. And yeah, they say never give your back to it as well.
A month later, at the end of November, Andrew Diffenbach and Lindsay Jones were on the Crozier Mountain Trail where a woman was killed this week when they had their encounter.
I was surprised by the size of the what we assume was the mother that we saw. I mean, she was a full-grown cat.
Multiple mountain lions were showing up on security camera video in town.
We definitely felt that we were being hunted. This female was pushing us up the trail is how it felt toward this juvenile that was, the more aggressive juvenile that was there. And then this third one was down behind us, kind of toward our path of retreat.
They ended up in a standoff with one of the juveniles.
Showing teeth, kind of, walking sideways and slashing towards us. At which point I picked up this large log that was laying on the ground and started, screaming like an animal at the top of my lungs and winging it around.
They all let Colorado Parks and Wildlife know, as well as Gary Messina, who beat back a mountain lion while out running earlier in November.
And so we don't really know if these are the same lions that are involved in the suspected attack on January 1st.
CBW's Caravan Who says they took it seriously.
Yeah, well, a very serious situation, and there might be mixed emotions out in the chat, or if you're listening to this later. But yeah, like, what do you think? I think it's yeah. I don't know. I don't think they should have killed the cats. Maybe they could have caught them and maybe put them somewhere maybe a lot more wild. Maybe transfer them somewhere more rural, or I mean, what's the? Because I think taking them out, I mean, they're protected, right? So it gets a little complex there, and
Went to the area to
let
try
me know
and
what you
find
think.
aggressive lions.
There's not DNA that we could take. There's not something we could pinpoint and say for absolute certain. And because lions do move, that lion could be tens of, miles away.
They put up additional signs, some of which remain up. But Andrew and Lindsay wish they were more specific, saying lions pursued people. And all remain heartbroken that a woman may have been killed by an animal that is such a treasure in Colorado.
Reliving it all again, just knowing that that could have been me.
Still to be completed is the autopsy on the woman killed to determine her cause of death. In addition, necropsies on the mountain lions that have been culled here, trying to look for any signs of neurological problems or disease like rabies, something that might explain this unusual mountain lion behavior. In Glenhaven, I'm Alan Janae, covering Colorado First.
Alan, thank you. And other news now, that search does continue.
All right. And yeah, so we covered also the two there was two brothers here in California, in the Sierras, and this was 2025, I think, also, if not the year before that, but yeah, it's got to be 2025. And one of the brothers didn't make it also, and the cat also was involved in that case there. So there's been several cat fatalities, and then yeah, the bears we were mentioning and covering some of that. So it makes you wonder what is happening. Is it more wildlife coming into areas, or is it the other way around, that we're just that people say that we're encroaching more and more into their areas? So, and then yeah, Patrick Noble mentioned about bear spray, and I've I carry mine. Mine's right there. I can almost pull it out. Let's see. Oh, no, I'll really have to stretch it. I thought I had it in my thing, but yeah, I carry bear spray in case I head up into the mountains or whatever. And it's just part of some of my gear that I carry for the mountains, or wherever, if we're going out into the desert. Um and I know of certain places, I think it was Walmart out here, they stopped selling bear spray because people were using it for other stuff to, you know, do bad things. So yeah, it's become an issue, the bear spray out here. But I did look into it, and there's some that are like, it'll tell you bear spray and for cats. But I did a little digging around, and I found out that even if it doesn't say for cats, you can use it on cats. So just want to put that out there. I should use anything you got, right? Once you're in that position. But yeah, I'd go with some good bear spray, and Who knows? Maybe Bigfoot will like that as hot sauce. Ooh, watch out. Yeah, and then the bear spray can come in handy also in case you run into some weirdo on the trail or something, you know? That possibility is always high too, along with, I mean, with the wildlife. I was gonna say that you could count that as part of the wildlife. Crazy ass people out there. And so yeah, that's a little information on that situation there. Condolences to that family, and yeah, you know, you never know, so you got to be prepared. Against we again we talked about trying to bring up the safety. We talk about those precautions. Uh the new friend here is sending me stuff about let's see, personal locator beacons, and like, yep, spot device. Learn how to use your SOS feature on your phone. You know, a lot of new phones have that. Population increase, says Alan. Pack some Kool-Aid flavored moonshine. Everything likes Kool-Aid flavored moon. Yeah, cheers, Roger. And actually, did you see my the you see the hoodie I'm wearing, Roger? I'll let you read that. And so I have some of their gear. We have some of their gear at the shop. Also, we carry their stuff, and this one's a pretty cool hoodie. It's got like a, I don't know, weird little stash thing here. And it's kind of like broken in already. It's got rips ready to go. I didn't have to make them myself. So it's a pretty rugged hoodie. And this brand we carry, Moonshiner's brand. And check the little tag. I flipped the, can't get it to show. Let's see. Yeah, skull and crossbones. I know. In my mind, it's for something else. But right here, it's got the little red tag. And it says smuggle. So I'm sure you'd love their jeans. They got some really rugged and cool jeans and just some really cool gear. So that's what we're rocking today. Sure, Roger approves of that one. So yeah, Bigfoot report. Let's get into it. Sasquatch. Ah, yeah, I love it. Funny, the dog outside started almost like groaning. So let's dive into the Bigfoot Mapping Project. Let's head up to the Tahoe National Forest. And Tahoe National Forest, I don't know if I've maybe driven through it. I have not squatched there. I haven't looked for Bigfoot in that area, but I've been to Lake Tahoe a couple of times, and we've talked about those adventures recently. I shared a picture. So Tahoe's been coming up. We've been sharing the live feeds from Heavenly out in Tahoe. But I believe the national forest is a little bit, I think it's northwest of the lake. And what's interesting is that it actually goes through several counties. Yeah, trip out on this. So I was like, yeah, what county is Tahoe National Forest? Because I like to be on top of all the mappage. Speaking of the map, it's still rolled up here. I have not. Uh-oh. Man in Red Devil costume. Citizens app report. Yikes, el diablo. Ay, mama. Oh man, I don't know. We'll see. That's somewhere in the city here. So Tahoe National Forest. I was like, yeah, what county is it in? I like to know what county, what where my counties are at, what's in those counties, and even other all the other states, wherever you be. I like to know about your state and your counties. And so yeah, I like maps, I like geography. uh so I'm all about it. And so when it came to Tahoe National Forest, I was a little confused. And so I was like, let's ask the bot, see what the bot says. It says Tahoe National Forest spans parts of 6 counties in California. I was like, whoa, are you for real? Yeah, 6 counties. And it goes Sierra County, Placer County, Nevada County, Yuba County, Plumas. Who knows what plumas means? Feathers. And El Dorado County in California, Tahoe National Forest. I was like, wow, that's freaking amazing. No wonder when I pulled up, tried pulling up Bigfoot reports for Tahoe National Forest, it seemed like they were all over the place. And there is a whole lot of reports. And like I said, it's broken down into the different counties depending on what database you go to. So it was a little tough, but I pulled a couple up, and then there's a new one to the Bigfoot Mapping Project. So that's exciting. So we're back in the Sierras, folks, and we have been hitting the Sierras a whole lot. Man, I need to go in person. I need to go back in person. hmm So the forest covers a vast area across the northern Sierra Nevada, extending from the foothills near Sacramento to the California Nevada state line. It includes significant portions of Sierra County, which holds the largest share of the forest land. So, all right, majority of it in Sierra County. Yes, the notes, the notes. The forest headquarters is located in Nevada City, California. All right. So little information there, giving you all an idea of where this is at. What up, Chip? Wagwan, man. Yes, fire. Huge area. Yes, it is. And so, yeah, anyone from that area, you got some high strangeness going on, let us know. Come share with us. And you know what let's try this now while we're at it. Yeah, take it easy, dwarf. Let the stream flow. You just keep your thoughts together as much as possible. Don't get too sidetracked. But let's try this. Do-do-do-do-do. Invite. Darn it, it's doing it again. Come on, Riverside. There it is. All right, I'm gonna remove the cookies from this too. And bam, it threw it up in I don't know why, 3 different, but there it is. There's a link. You are invited to the show. If you'd like to become part of the show, anyone, come on through. What up, Mad Pax? Cheers to you, brother. Boom. Yes, fire. Fireman Mad Pax. Let's see. Can we spark some more action here? There they are. Took a little second to light up. And can we activate you, camera? Thank you. And so I'll keep an eye out in case anyone does hop in. Let me know in the chat too if someone does decide to hop in, or if you want to surprise us. But I want to check to see where okay, so studio here. Let's see. All right, there's a studio chat. So if anyone hops in, I think I should be able to tell there. again. It's like I've done this one other time with, and it's funny, Mad Paximus. I need to introduce you to my good friend Grantavius Maximus. Something tells me you guys will have a hell of a time. Mad Paximus and Grantavius Maximus. No, I'm not rapping, folks. Chiro sounds. Uh-oh. I didn't see you earlier, Chi. Are you getting in here late? Are you coming in tardy? Uh-oh, you know what that means.
Chi roll sounds to the office, please. Bring your note.
Chi better have a note. Yeah, I didn't see Geralt. Maybe Geralt's lurking. Or maybe he's making dinner. Or maybe he's... Who knows what Geralt is doing. Hopefully he comes and hangs out. And yeah, the link is out there. Wishing I'd never went public with my experiences. Why, man? Is your boss giving you a hard time now? So yeah, no, 2026, we're gonna be having people come up here. The link is out. We're gonna be inviting folks. I'm already that my list is growing more and more of people who are willing to jump on here with me at some point. We just got to find the right time. You know, I go on live very randomly, but we could set a time. We could set a time, and then we'll set, uh, you know, whatever we need to do to make it happen and give y'all the heads up. And I know you will all enjoy that. I'll enjoy it. I want to ask some people some questions. Usually I'm the one being asked questions. Let me ask some questions. Let me ask some damn questions now. Miggy, what up? Welcome in. Okay, let's see. Let's do this. Got a little heads up on Tahoe. Let's get a little more information on Tahoe and Bigfoot. Let's see if we could do that. Pull up this little search here. And of course, depending on what platform you're using to search, what engine, right? You're going to get different information a lot of the time. Some of it will be the same, but you might get little bits of information on this search engine that you didn't get on this one. So it's good to bounce around and check things on different engines. And here we go. Reports of Bigfoot sightings in Tahoe National Forest region are documented through various sources, and including the Bigfoot Field Research Organization, BFRO, and local media. A notable sighting occurred in July 2003 near Lake Tahoe, and we'll get into that too. There is, I believe that's I want to say the sighting or the report with actual footage. And did we cover that particular case? I don't know. And we'll be doing more of that too. We'll be pulling up Bigfoot videos from the internet, ones that have been making the rounds forever, others that are newer. And we'll be doing, try to do little breakdowns of it and get our opinions of it. I think that's always fun. And it'll keep me in the loop of what's out there right now. So much out there, it's crazy. And so yeah, here we'll be doing that tonight. Yeah, because we got this one of the Lake Tahoe videos, and I believe it's this same one here that they're speaking of. So 2003 near Lake Tahoe, specifically west of the agriculture inspection station on Highway 50, close to Upper Truckee River in El Dorado County. And for those that don't, Dorado, it could be like golden is what comes to mind when I think of Dorado. That golden crisp, that golden color crisp, or that golden crispy color, however you want to say it. I've been practicing my Portuguese, and some of the Portuguese the words are back. Even like the patois, it'll be like you pronounce stuff backwards. So don't mind me if I'm all over the place with my words. All right. Which is within the broader Tahoe National Forest area. Cool. So that's interesting. So it is in the actual national forest. A couple reported seeing a bipedal creature approximately 5.5 feet, 5'5" tall, with light brown fur, walking slowly across the road. And why did Bigfoot cross the road in Tahoe? I don't know. If Joe Monk's in here, he might be able to tell us. In their headlights before disappearing into the trees. So Bigfoot did its famous road crossing, and so many things come up, from Joe Monk's chicken being stapled to Bigfoot, to it could be juveniles playing chicken. Interesting, a chicken theme there. What else? Maybe crossing the road to get to the next ridge, to the next creek, river, to the next farm. So many reasons. And yes, most wildlife sightings, at least mine, have been roadside. All my cat, mountain lion sightings have been on the road. All right, a couple reported, and we read that it disappeared into the trees. So that's interesting that they say it like that. So you get reports that say that, and when people are describing that, is it, it makes me wonder, is it like actual, like, because we read a recent one off the Bigfoot Mapping Project talking about pixelation going on. So a little more high, it seemed like high strangeness in that report there. But in this case, could it be, uh, yeah, is it doing something like strange? Like, is it turning into pixels and going inside of the tree, something like that? It doesn't say that, but who knows? It could be taken like that for some of them, for the woo cats, woo tangers. The wife, who had better eyesight due to laser eye surgery. Jeez, someone's BMW out there. Sounds like it's exploding, but I think it's supposed to sound like that. All right, so wifey had eye surgery, so had better eyesight, described the creature as resembling a monkey and confirmed it was fully bipedal. Super interesting. So, doesn't say anything about a video, so it sounds like a whole other case here, possibly. I did get mixed up on the last stream thinking we had a new case from where we got that thermal footage. And no, I was just reading another report of the initial case that got me up into that area. So my bad. Yeah. More recent reports include a video captured. There we go. So I think this is it here. A video captured in July 2025. Oh no, hell no. No, because the video we're gonna pull up, I think might be like 11 years old. All right. So most recent report includes a video captured in July 2025 in the Sierra Nevada mountains near the Tahoe National Forest region. Anyone remember that? Is that video out? It's not ringing a bell for me. Maybe someone in the chat knows. If so, is there a YouTube video or is there a link to this video? Is this video posted online? I'm interested because I was digging for videos of the area to, and we do have one. So hang in there, folks. We do have some more action coming up here. Visual action. And let me tell you, it's always hard to find your place once you stop reading. And that's why sometimes you'll see a little minor delay as I troubleshoot to find my spot. All right. So Tahoe National Forest region showing a dark humanoid figure. So they're talking about the video sprinting through the woods in broad daylight. Ooh, daylight time action, baby. It's always awesome. The video was recorded by a resident whose dogs began barking at something in the forest. At something. Where my Puerto Ricans at? The dogs were barking at something in the forest, and the figure was only noticed upon dogs barking now. Replaying the footage. Additionally, the Sierra Nevada range, including areas like Tahoe National Forest, has a history of sporadic Bigfoot reports. Yes, sir. Particularly in remote forested regions. Other documented encounters include a hiker's account of hearing whooping vocalizations near the riverbed in the Sierra Nevada, which led to a sighting of a black furry shape later identified as a black bear. Whoa. Come on, Wu-Tangers. Well, maybe he shapeshifted it into a bear. You know, we've been hearing a lot more of that. Could they do that? Could it go from, and I heard someone earlier in Jessica's stream, they're like, yeah, they could shapeshift cat, bear, elk. That'd be amazing to see. Yeah, almost like a form of like skinwalking is what comes to mind, right? Additionally, the Sierra Nevada range, yeah, we read that. Other documented encounters included a hiker's account, yes, down by the riverbed, and it was a black bear. Okay, so though the individual remained convinced of the presence of Sasquatch in the area, the BFRO database lists multiple sightings in El Dorado County, with 24 reported in the county alone, and California ranks second only to Washington. Hey, you could squeeze Oregon there. We'll take second, third. Oregon is right up in there. In my mind, y'all could say whatever you want. I won't get mad. Maybe your state has the most, or second, or third. In reported Bigfoot sightings, a 2025 report also noted a man who claimed his deer was stolen. Yeah, yoink. Deer got jacked, homie, by a creature near Lakehead, another location within the Tahoe National Forest region. The popularity of Bigfoot research in the area is further highlighted by the filming of an episode of the television show Finding Bigfoot. I think it's cool. I think they were dogging on them earlier today. But yeah, no, Finding Bigfoot opened up a lot of eyes, opened up a lot of eyes, and hopefully it got the next youth interested. There's got to be some youth out there that were inspired by the show and maybe doing things the proper way or the right way, or maybe has them going down a path that nobody else is doing. Maybe getting some education on certain things to be able to come back and bring data to the field. It's funny, we were kicking around like, oh, what was new for 2025, and all this stuff. We're back at it. The Bigfoot mystery continues, and I love it. I'm in no rush to bring one back dead or anything like that, and I don't need that to prove it either. So the show Finding Bigfoot on the South Shore of Lake Tahoe in 2013. So they did an episode there where investigators examined evidence and interviewed witnesses. More recently, so I'm sure they had a town hall or something like that there. More recently, a 2024 film titled Tahoe Joe Monk. What the hell is going on here? Are you serious?
Joe Monk to the office.
Joe Monk got a movie. Tahoe Joe, the Sierra Nevada Bigfoot conspiracy, was released, depicting a fictional rescue mission in the Tahoe National Forest, reflecting ongoing public interest in the region's Bigfoot lore. Yeah, I haven't seen that. Anyone check this Tahoe Joe out? Let us know. Let us know what it be about without spoiler alerts. So yeah, little heads up there on the Tahoe National Forest area. And what up, Diesel? Got Diesel trucking in the house. Salute to my ninja. Bigfoot Mapping Project. Here we go. Love this website. And there it is. Let's go ahead and drop the man. Zoom in here. It looks like right on a highway too. So I have not read this report, folks. I saved it to do this together. So it might be short. It may be long. And if it's too long, like that darn speed chase that was just going on, or that darn slow long chase, uh, we'll just scan through it. And there's a beautiful view of the lake there. And then hopefully I'll remember, we should pull up, we'll go ahead and pull up the heavenly live stream so we could all have a little eye candy and take a peek at what Lake Tahoe area looks like at the moment. Let's see here, 410. Yeah, 10 days before the old 420. 2017, 11:30 a.m. and it was an 8-footer male. It was a male. Did they see something that made them think it was a male? Makes me wonder. Let's get into it. Driving eastbound Highway 80 in Sierra Nevada mountains in California at 70 miles per hour. Whoa, going pretty fast there. In the fast lane at Crystal Lake. Does Jason Voorhees, is that where Jason Voorhees was buried? Crystal Lake, anywhere where we have a Crystal Lake nearby here too. I haven't been. My brother has. I want to check it out, but Crystal Lakes, wherever they're at, it seems like there's some creepy stuff going on, right? Crystal Lake area, 6,000 feet in elevation. Looked in side view mirror and noticed two large all black figures on the north side. And here we are on the road again, road crossing on the north side of South Yuba River between both westbound and eastbound routes. One figure was significantly larger than the other, had to return focus to driving. Yeah, yes, sir. Good idea. That's whoa. Then returned to look at side view mirror. Good man. As I couldn't rationalize what I was seeing. At that point, I was able to see the larger figure had completely crossed the river, and the smaller one was about to cross the river. And I'm just reading it as I see it. At that point, I returned to viewing the road ahead of me and now wasn't able to view them again, as the radius, is that what that says? Radius of Highway 80 had changed. Notably, it was springtime and the river was running high and fast. And given width of 20 to 25 feet from bank to bank, and it had only been 3 to 5 seconds between my glances, I was unable to understand how any human would be able to cross that river, let alone at that time of year during snow melt. Woo! Whoop whoop. And of course, they always ask here, did you see any young Bigfoot? Yes, with parent this time. We've heard them, without parents, but usually they say when you see a little one, there might be some parents around, unless there's some bad parenting going on. But awesome report there from the Sierra Nevadas. I'm pretty happy with that. Thank you for submitting that. Thank you, Bigfoot Mapping Project, for being around. And yeah, we'll notice. Let's refresh the map because you never know. We might just get another green dot while we're here. We'll double check that. And anyone, is someone live right now? Hopefully not. And yeah, I don't see anything else there. Boom. All right, got through that report. So that's a new report added to the map there. And a big reason why we're live. Well, I like to read those reports, but no, we're off today too, folks. So, and yeah, so new video up on Flash of Beauty. And actually, he sent me an older one. There's a newer one posted, bro. I'll get back to you, B. Thank you for sending messages. And y'all networking in the chat. What's going on? Elder Medicine Bear Claw, welcome on in. Salute to you. Happy New Year. And let's check out that video while I still have before I forget, because y'all know I'm good at that. So there was a video several years back that came out of Lake Tahoe area, and it appeared to have a Sasquatch on it. And if you give me a moment, I will pull that up. Let's see. Where'd you go? There you are. Here it is. So this is Fox 40. Must watch video is Bigfoot lurking near Lake Tahoe. And it is a YouTube video there. And I can't see the channel. Let's see. Oh, the paranormal review. And I don't know if they're the original ones to post it, but they're on this site here. And there's do a little more reading here. Tahoe City. Is Bigfoot lurking around Tahoe City? A short video clip posted on YouTube appears to show a creature standing in the forest on the north side of Lake Tahoe in Placer County. The video was shot earlier this month by someone who went longboarding. Right on, bro. On the longboard, eh? With a GoPro camera mounted onto their helmet, according to the paranormal review. Can y'all hear sirens? And kind of waiting for the sirens to go by. Trying to detect what type of sirens. Is it ambulance? Is it CHP? LAPD? What's going on? Ghetto Bird was flying out here earlier too. Keep an eye on them. Maybe they're after the devil. Remember, we just got a report of the devil, and I'll show you guys on my phone in a second, so you don't think I was BSing. Y'all don't think I'm All right, so yeah, this is the video. And anyone seen this one? Anyone remember this one? It says the person didn't notice the camera had captured the image of something lurking just off to the left until they watched the video a few days after shooting it. Yes, that's how it happens sometimes. While we here at Fox 40 are still undecided on the existence of Bigfoot, okay, this video clip did make us stop and at least question the possibility. So let's pop this baby up. Oh, damn. Come on. Let's refresh this, damn it. So is it going to bounce us there? All right. So we got to watch it on YouTube like this. Let's try this. Oh, couldn't open. It's blocked. Ha! You just got packed, bro. Damn it. All right, let's. What do we do next? Maybe someone could maybe share a link. Damn it, I wanted to show that. Here, let's look it up. Give me 1 second. We're gonna go to YouTube. And there is, are we in downtown? We're all right. So y'all getting a quick view of downtown right now. This is live at the moment. And I'm gonna take a search into the engine and see if I could pull that video up. Tahoe. Tahoe Bigfoot video. See where that gets us. All right, here it is. So, and again, I think we've shown this before, but since we're reading these Tahoe reports, we're going to check it out again. Pop this like that. And there it is, folks. Let's put some volume. And let us know what you think, if you can spot it. If this doesn't loop on itself, I'll run it back. Again, feel free to network it in the chat. You got a channel, you got some links to share, you're going live later, you got a new video posted. Let us know. Anyone spot anything? Does look like they looped it and did a little slow motion there. We'll run it one more again. All right. Hang tight. We're going to rewind. They mentioned on the left-hand side. Yeah, man. Past the Dutchie. Left-hand side. Seen? Digger Dog remembers this one. Digger Dog, how old is it? Is this 11 years old? I forgot to look at I'll look at that article again, that Fox 41. I think it's from 11 years back. And I should probably shut up in case I spend on any audio. You know, it's always a listen to see if you hear anything or notice anything, any other anomalies besides what we're looking for. All right. One more again. We'll run it one more again. All right, one more time, folks. It's a tough one. And that's probably how it is most of the time. You know, Bigfoot up in the cut, lurking, hard to see. You're doing your thing. Probably don't even realize they're there. Unless you can smell it. Thurston. Cheers to you, man. Happy New Year's. Haven't seen you since the New Year, so Happy New Year to you. And is there more? Is there, you know, because a lot of times when you do spot the subject, I think we just passed it. There it is. You know, there's always the possibility of more than one subject. Just past dark object on the very edge of the screen there, right on it. And so, yeah, if you missed it, and remember that you can, let's see, let's do this. We're going to hold hands right now. And I'm gonna share this tab again. So maybe some folks don't know, but see down here, you have this little thing with the HD and the red, the settings, I think, symbol there. Remember, folks, on videos like on this live stream, even right now, you could go and adjust your settings because who knows, maybe I'm looking a little pixelated. I'm not shape shifting. Uh, maybe if I don't get something to eat soon, I might. But yeah, you could switch the quality here. See, you could go 144p, 360p, 720p. And I probably should have hit the damn 1080p before we played that. Let's do that one more time. Let's play it 1080p. But yeah, a lot of times in videos, you can make adjustments to it. And so feel free to do that. Get in the habit of that. And also hitting that like button. Do we hit the like for that here? Let's run it back. We'll hit that like. So here's what the settings upgraded. Yeah, wow. Juggalo Films, Deltron 3030, Clint Eastwood, front row, Union Transfer in Philly. Wow. That's going to be wild. Nice little longboard cruise, like, you know, hitting fatty, chilling. Bigfoot checking you out. NorCal, baby. All right, so let's make sure we oh yeah, I hadn't given them a thumbs up, but I am subscribed to them, the Paranormal Review. So yeah, what do you think? Was there a Bigfoot in that footage? Very possible. And maybe someone will do a breakdown and show that there isn't, or maybe that there is. I know some of you love to geek out and zoom in, and I love that stuff too. I haven't had much time to do that. I'm looking for stuff in my stuff. But yeah, no, it's always fun to check other things out. And there it is, the Tahoe. And then out in Tahoe, you know, we not only look for, if you're near the lake or any of the lakes there, uh, not only look for Bigfoot, but Tahoe Tessie, which is the Loch Ness version of California's lake monster. And I'm sure the queen won't mind. I shared this actually in a post, but I covered the queen up just in case the queen wanted to stay low key that day. And did we share it after besides the posts? I don't know. But there I is. I was man, I took the proper gear, right? I didn't have like snow looking gear or anything, but I did have some heavy jackets and I needed every one of them. It was so cold. I think there was a storm that came through, and then the next day it was like we couldn't go anywhere. We had to stay in our room, which is a rad room, had great food. There was a bar downstairs. We're right by the lake. I could look out. And no high strangeness that I could remember. Had all my goodies and stuff. So I was ready to go. I was ready for the storm. And had my that was my old Canon. Had that thing stolen. Didn't know how to use it really, but yeah, and there's a lake behind us there, and we're looking for Tessie and Bigfoot, of course, but we figured maybe Bigfoot was in a cave somewhere, maybe, or a nice cabin, abandoned cabin, or some sort of structure somewhere, chilling out and having a good time during the storm. So no Bigfoot sightings, no Tahoe Tessie sightings. Maybe next time. What up, Blazer? There you are. Was wondering where you were, bro. One of my main ninjas here, too. Quick with the links, great with the jokes. And see, Dwarf, did you ever see the one of the gondola that got destroyed and thermal footage surge or thermal footage sure looks like a Sasquatch? No, I have not seen that yet. And if you have a link to that, feel free. And I believe Lori, you do. Yeah, you got some tools, so you could post links. I think everybody in here has a wrench, so we all fam up in here. And yeah, and if you do find that video, you can always share that. You already know. Yes.
In the posts.
Yeah, Dead Fish, what up? We're hanging out here. We'll rock a little longer. Let's see. So any correlation? So both, once again, road, that's a well-known one, between maybe some of the reports we read. I think I got one more actually. No, we got a couple more we could read right quick. We'll push towards 2 hours. Maybe it'll go longer. Who knows? But we could rock for another 15 minutes. And I'm not holding anyone hostage. So y'all feel free if you got somewhere else to do or somewhere else to be and something else to do your thing. And as always, thank you for coming through here. Tickle the algorithm. Y'all know how to do that. And make sure your notifications are on too. Because it's good. It's good to know when we're going live, when we got videos coming up, and I like to know when you're doing that too. So hit that ding dong. Yeah, so we'll check out a different database and see what Lake Tahoe reports we can pull up right quick. Did you ever chew the eraser off? Not yet. Did you chew on erasers back in the day too? They had these erasers. Maybe we'll get them. They're fried chicken erasers. I'm not a fan of chicken. I'm not big on chicken, but I think some fried chicken erasers would be pretty damn cool. And let's head on over to, let's do Bigfoot Encounters website. Yeah, we got one out of Placer County, California, nearest city Tahoma, August 2001, between 5:30 and 5:45 a.m. Closest water was Lake Tahoe. And there's my tummy grumbling. Heard fried chicken erasers. Closest road, California Highway 89. On Wednesday morning, August 29th, my dad and I were driving to Donner Lake from Tahoe Cedars Lodge to go fishing. How fun. So they're going fishing, not to catch fish. Tahoe Cedars Lodge is located on the west shore in the town of Tahoma and less than 100 feet north of the county line that separates Placer and El Dorado counties. And there goes Tummy again. Ooh, man. Don't worry, Tummy. Hang in there. A few more minutes. We'll get something for you. It was between 5:30 and 5:45 a.m. and we were driving north on California Highway 89. Anyone in the area with any experiences or any reports? You already know. Let us know. Drop a comment, or if you know someone. Okay. Highway 89, and I was scanning the forest to our east, right lakeside. And for a split second, I saw a large gray one, humanoid thing in the woods. It appeared to be definitely larger than a man. I can't be positive of what I saw since it was dark. and I was tired. I only saw it for a split second. But hours later, on our way back, we drove by the same place and I didn't see anything that I could account for my sighting. Hmm. We drove by the same area in the daylight twice more, and each time I didn't see anything. I also, or it says, also, I have never hallucinated. Darn. Even when I was tired. The sighting was on the stretch of highway between Tahoma Market and Chambers Landing, where the Lodge Road intersects Highway 89. The terrain there is pine forest mixed with private lakefront homes. Altitude was around 6,000 feet. And we heard that in one of the previous reports we just read. I remember the one on the mapping project, I think mentioned about 6,000 feet as well. Relatively flat. The description was of a gray humanoid appeared larger that it says appeared larger that average. I think it meant than average person. Also didn't have the same shape as a human, was broader and appeared to have no neck. We hear that a lot. Super fascinating. So, Bigfoot Encounters website, another great source, especially for these California reports. We also have the Bigfoot database, which is like um, an AI database, and pull that up because I think I did. So there were several that were coming up because we mentioned all the different counties that Lake Tahoe National Forest in. So I was like, all over the place. Like, which one do I read? So I just went for one that mentioned the national forest, and we found one here. It says group of woodcutters experience unexplained sounds and disturbances in Tahoe National Forest, California. And let's get into that again. Bigfoot report database. Correction there. This is overview of the encounter. The witnesses identified as Josh Conwards is an experienced outdoorsman and hunter having started at the age of 7. Cool. He has background in construction and was accompanied by 3 friends during the incident. Date is unknown. The year was 1979. Location Tahoe National Forest. And land managed by USDA Forest Service. Nearest town, Lake Tahoe, County, El Dorado County, California, Killicali. Nearest landmark, dirt road in Tahoe National Forest. So witness accounts. Let's check this out. All right. Buckle in. We're going to go for a little ride here. 420, 421. Should we do it? Let's do it. I'll take a little breaky poo right here. 1 second. Like I think I could even put some vibe. Or here we go. This work. All right. We are back. We are back. Yeah. Took a little toki poo right quick. It's a little past 428. Still had the great time. And so it says here, let's get comfortable. Yeah, it's a little tight here. In the summer of 1979, a group of experienced woodcutters, including the witness Josh Conwards, embarked on an annual trip to harvest firewood in the Tahoe National Forest. The group consisted of Josh and his friends Dave, Chris, and Brandon, all of whom had shared interests in the outdoors and were skilled in their trades. This particular year, they had obtained a permit for a new cutting area about 40 miles from their usual spot, encouraged by the forestry station's assurance of abundant timber. Upon arriving, the group set out on a dirt road through the heavily wooded area after successfully locating and cutting down a massive dead fir tree. They settled for the evening around a campfire to relax after a long day of work. As the sun set, they shared a casual conversation reflecting on various topics, including an odd remark made by a forestry ranger earlier that day. Make sure you get out by sunset. Though they found the comment peculiar, yes, they initially dismissed it. As darkness enveloped the forest, the group was startled by an eerie, prolonged screeching noise emanating from the distance. All four men exchanged bewildered glances, unable to identify the source of the sound, which was unlike anything they had encountered before. After several minutes of unsettling silence, the noise ceased, prompting them to return to their conversation. However, they remained conscious of the unsettling sound. Approximately 30 minutes later, the atmosphere shifted dramatically. The tranquility of the night was shattered by a tremendous crashing noise that reverberated through the woods. The men reported a sensation of something massive barreling towards their campsite. Bluff charge. Hmm. The sound of breaking branches and snapping limbs echoed ominously, leading them to believe they were facing a creature of significant size. Got that out. The noise was likened to that of a large vehicle, and the speed with which it moved was described as astonishing, reminiscent of a gazelle. Yeah, I've heard Bigfoots described as moving like deer. In a moment of sheer terror, they were confronted with another loud screech, followed by the sound of a tree being forcefully struck against another tree. Yes, sir. The entire episode lasted a mere 15 to 20 seconds, yet it left a lasting impression, leaving the men frozen in fear as they attempted to comprehend the situation. Time appeared to stand still. Oof. Yeah, that's gnarly when that happens. And the only sounds they could hear were the crackling of their campfire and Brandon's heavy breathing as he remained oblivious to the chaos around him. Feeling vulnerable and exposed, the men instinctively feared for their safety, believing they were being observed by whatever lurked in the darkness. Their thoughts raced as they contemplated the lack of weapons or defense. Damn, not strapped up. Ah man. In a moment of clarity, Josh suggested they start their chainsaws. Good idea. Which would at least provide some level of deterrence. The noise of the chainsaws revving up pierced the night, and Brandon was jolted awake, confused by the commotion. After the chainsaws After the chainsaws roared to life, the group expected the entity to reveal itself, but silence fell once again. With no sign of attack or retreat, the group made the decision to leave. They quickly gathered their belongings and retreated to their vehicles, spending the night off the main highway. Yikes. Shaken and anxious. The following morning, they returned to the site, determined to finish their wood cutting. However, they were met with a disturbing sight. A damaged birch tree lay across the road where they had initially parked. The tree's upper section had been shattered and leaned uh, precariously against the stump. Oh, left a leaner for him, suggesting some form of disturbance had indeed occurred the previous night. This discovery served to validate the group's harrowing experience, particularly for Brandon, who had initially thought his friends were merely under the influence of alcohol. Despite never having visual contact with the entity, the men left the forest with an indelible sense of unease, forever pondering the nature of the unknown presence that had disrupted their peaceful evening in the Tahoe National Forest. All right, so there it is. Was it Bigfoot? Or was it something else? I think the Sierras is one of those places that has all types of different things, especially Yosemite. We've heard stuff around Yosemite, all the different things there, from mummy giants to the Fresno night crawlers. There's the Fresno Triangle. All these things come up. Uh, yeah, Sierras is just an amazing range there of mountains and mystery for sure. So there that is. And let's see how we're doing with time here. All right, 2:02. We're at the 2 hour mark. And let's have a peek at um the weather. Let's do the weather. I want to get used to checking the weather. So it's part of one of those things that we check when we go out, right? Just a little view of some of the places that I check the weather for, places I either lived or frequent. But yeah, it looks like Tuesday, a little percentage. I don't know if that says 60% or so. So possible precipitation for Tuesday. But look at the rest of the week. The rest of the week is looking pretty good. Looks like the sun's peeking back out. And yeah, I'll be looking forward to that. We did need this bit of rain that we got, so it did cause some destruction in certain places. But yeah, no, we needed that water for sure. Let's head to Tahoe. Let's have a quick look and see what it looks like out there, folks. This is always fun. I love the live streaming live feeds. And thank you to Heavenly Lake Tahoe. And yeah, I like this cam here. So we might see some skiers. Are the skiers out there? There it is. Yeah, nobody out there. Oh, there's one person. We got a skier. Just don't hit those trees. Not those trees. Hit those other trees. Makes me think of that cruel Eminem verse lyric mentioning someone famous and how they passed. Kind of crazy. But anyway, we definitely got snow on there and a nice view of the lake as well. This is a nice camera shot. And hopefully we get a Bigfoot crossing. That's why we pull these up, see if we get any cryptid or any weird anomalies. Ooh, you live on the Madrid fault line. Yikes. Yeah, things have been shaken up. Where was it? Recently was another earthquake, but a lot of earthquakes happening. And we touched on the ones that were like 7-pointers, a lot of 7-pointers happening last year and the end of last year. And then there was one recently I heard from that was nearby here. I think was it I want to say Peru, maybe Peru, and I think Mexico had also been shaken. 58 there with Lori. Let's see. Yeah, so hopefully no rain tomorrow. Could we get no rain? Camera. There it is. See, George of the jungle. Watch out for those trees. Yes. All right, let's wrap this piece up, y'all. Thank you for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed those reports. Hopefully we get some feedback from the reports. And what else is going on? We've been posting quite a bit. I think we bumped up recently. Big thank you to everyone over on TikTok. We bumped up like 150 followers recently there. I've been doing a lot of little posts. I did a little live there yesterday, I think, from the shop, just setting up the studio. So you're not missing out on anything. But yeah, it's cool to be growing over there again. And a few new people here. So welcome and thank you everyone again for your support always. And yeah, I'm excited about 2026. We're going to be doing a whole lot of this streaming, getting back out in the field too. We'll be doing some stuff. And yes, I still have videos. I never got those videos out from our we got one out from our last trip to Bluff Creek, but I have enough content to put out 2 more videos and they're already done. They just need the darn voiceover, but things just haven't lined up for me to do that. But hey, it's all good. It'll get done. And I'm excited to bring it forward for y'all to check out. And we're learning how to do, longer format videos, trying to get you better quality stuff. And yeah, we're barely at the beginning stages of all this. Some of you out there are pros, straight up pros, doing it right. And we're just working on doing our thing here, and we're getting where we're going. So, and we couldn't do it without you all. Again, thank you. And let's see, Diesel. I think you weren't here last time, Diesel. Some balloons for everyone. Diesel, I know, enjoys the balloons. And we are out. See, Milkman says, Dwarf, I'll have to jump in with you sometime. Yeah. Did anyone ever jump into the chat? I never saw that. Let me know in the chat. Let's see. I never saw anyone backstage or anything. I don't think so. And I got to figure out how to do this. So when someone does come on, I could bring them on and we don't have any trouble. So maybe someone would want to do a practice run with me sometime. And yeah, cool. We I had fun. Hopefully you did. We're gonna hit our outro here. Play another little bit of music too while you're at it. Oh, DJ. Some DJ Kubert cuts, breaks. Yeah.